Do we even know how to do a podcast anymore?
It's been so long, and not using the stupid Titanic joke this time. We've said that like 3 times.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking of the Titanic joke. I was thinking of the Peggy and the Winter Soldier joke.
Yeah, it's been, I think November 10th or 9th was the last time we did it.
I got a new one. I got a new one.
Do it.
10,000 years will give you such a creak in the neck.
We are an unusual couple, you know.
Do you know what
Thank you so
makes
much.
me happy right now?
What makes you happy?
Is knowing this actually sounds good.
I can confirm. I'm listening to it in my ear. We sound great.
Because it sounded... I was unhappy with the sound the entirety of the first 13 episodes.
I'm sure you were.
And editing it, too, it was not fun.
I know it wasn't.
It wasn't at all. But we're here.
We're back.
Oh. We're back in sync already. We don't really know what we're talking about today.
You said you had a couple of things to bring up.
Some rants. Do you want me to rant?
Oh, go for it. Well, let's see. We can talk about the Batman, I guess. Moon Knight, I guess. We haven't talked about No Way Home, actually.
I don't want to talk about No Way Home.
Why?
It's mid.
You're so dumb.
It's my favorite. I'm just kidding, but it will be by the end of the year. You know that, right?
Sure.
Like society will turn on the movie. You're aware of that, correct?
Yeah.
All right. It took me a while to get here today.
Oh, did it?
It did.
Uh-huh.
Because of traffic. I took a diversion. Is that the word? Not an excursion. Excursion is starting a trip. Diversion is diverting from the excursion.
I think a diversion is if is to distract.
I took a
diversion.
detour. That's the
there
word.
you go.
I am illiterate. I'm so sorry for those listening.
He
at home.
hasn't talked in a really long time.
No, I
guys.
haven't. And I drove like 2 hours to get here. So
Why?
it took a long damn time. I don't know why it took 2 hours, but it did. Traffic sucks. And I saw this video once about it was that Sal guy from Impractical Jokers. He was ranting about things that bother him, and traffic is one of them, and that's probably at the top of my list as well. Pet peeves, things that get on your nerves without fail.
Oh, okay.
So I think we could
I got
do
a
that.
couple of those.
I mean, I have a few. They're kind of weird.
No, I have one that's
Please.
relevant, actually.
Indulge me.
Not that
When
yours
people
wasn't
say
relevant.
indulge me, that's one. So there's one. Go ahead.
Currently, one of my pet peeves is people lip syncing Gwen Stacy audios.
Okay.
I don't know why. It's just it's enough. It had its time.
Mm-hmm.
It had its time in the sun, right? It was good. People were having a fun time with it. But now it's we are what are we gonna do when we run out of? I've seen people already lip syncing Easy A audios, and I'm like, what is this? Emma Stone fascination we've got going on right now. I love Emma Stone. She's one of my favorite ever. You know that. You guys know that. But what are we gonna do when we run out of TASM audios? You know what I mean? I don't know if you're on that side of TikTok.
I'm not, thankfully.
People have gotten to the point of even lip syncing that scene in TASM 2 where Andrew wants to do his laundry and Aunt May won't let him. They've gotten down to that. But actually, no, it's so funny. I was talking to my friend Jenna about this. One Gwen audio that I haven't seen anybody do or even attempt is her graduation speech, which to me, I would think that would be the first one people go for. But no, I'm people are going to do that one because Andrew's not in it and they can't just make doe eyes when they do the lip sync.
Yeah, I don't really. Well, I'm very thankful I'm not on that side of TikTok. That just annoys me. I skip videos like that.
Well, you're on.
I will say
sides.
I've seen the god awful thirst trap videos from the Social Network, which we talked about in that
Those are
video we did
bad.
when we talked about Andrew talking about No Way Home.
Those are bad.
Horrible. Horrific.
We moved on from. I think that got moved on from pretty quick. Thank God.
Yeah. We stopped this podcast when we shouldn't have. I just realized because we could have talked
Taken
about
off.
Spider-Man a bunch.
We're so dumb. It's just life gets busy with finals. Chris was graduating. Everything just got really busy around the time that No Way Home was coming out, and it was just hard to find a time where we could sit down and film the podcast.
Now we have better quality too, so that's more of an incentive. But also,
Yeah.
I got caught up in graduating, seeing No Way Home a bunch. Christmas.
Shout out to my mom.
Georgia was in the college football playoff.
Shout out to my mom for getting Chris this Zoom recorder for his. I think it was maybe a combination of graduation and Christmas gift. I can't really remember. When did you get it? You got it for Christmas.
Yep.
Damn. My mom.
She came in clutch.
She spoiled Chris, honestly.
Thank you.
Thank you,
I still
Jennifer.
don't know what to call her. I don't know what to call adults.
I call my mom Jennifer.
I mean, like
to her face.
Miss Silas does not sound.
Ew.
Yeah.
I would rather you literally call her mom.
Miss Jennifer, no.
Ugh.
I just
Actually,
don't.
Miss Jennifer works. I
just don't call adults I don't call people anything. Did you realize that? You're the only person I don't address people by
I don't like when you address me by my name. I address you by your name quite
I don't
often.
call people their name.
I say like I'll be like, Chris, can you come do this? And you're like, oh sure, Cam, because you make fun of the fact that I say your name.
She says it
But
every
it's-
2 seconds.
Yeah, because I have to get your attention like a dog.
Chris, come on, Chris.
Well, you don't, because you don't listen to me if I don't say your name. But I mean, I don't listen to you regardless, so
You
it doesn't
don't,
matter.
so there is no winning here. But literally, like, the funniest thing is, like, if I'm in a room with your parents
Yeah.
and you, and I don't say anyone's name when I
No,
talk,
you
so I
don't.
kind of just...
Have you ever said my sister's name before? I don't think you have.
No, I just talk. I just talk. Are you waiting for the camera to cut off?
A little bit.
It's so painful that it does that.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
My
That'll
mind-
be the hardest part with the audio.
Yeah. You know what? Going back to things that bother me, and this one's a little out there, so I can, it's so weird, but I actually wrote some down, I think.
Oh?
Okay. I actually have a few talking about No Way Home. Thinking about movie theaters, like, I think that you should have a limit to the amount of times you can get up during a movie. Do you agree?
Chris is constantly worried that someone is coming into a movie theater to shoot him, and specifically him. Only him, actually. He has a constant fear. Anytime anybody walks into the theater, he just goes.
It's so distracting.
And
I'll
he
literally
can't
like
look at
watch
anything else.
people when they get up in the movie. But I've, sometimes depending on the movie, the environment, I'm fine. But like, I'll be a little on edge sometimes. Maybe I need to do like
There's only
a
one
shot
time.
of whiskey before I go in the theater.
There's only one time where I will validate you feeling like that. There was like a weird dude with green hair walking like up and down the stairs multiple times with a book bag.
At Black Panther, I wanted to walk out.
Oh really? That was at Black Panther.
Yeah, opening
Did
night.
we watch Black
opening
Panther
night of Black
together?
Panther, February of 2018. Yeah.
Oh my god, I hate that you know that. But that's like the only time where I've considered it valid, because I was like, why is he like coming in here so many times? Like, what are you doing? Are you in the right theater?
I wanted to leave, but I wasn't at the point in our relationship where I was comfortable doing that. It was also opening night of a Marvel movie.
Are you ever?
I almost walked out of West Side Story.
What?
That one dude, you can't deny this.
I don't remember.
What the
dude.
hell was that dude doing with a damn tripod walking up and down the stairs? 2 or 3 times. There was like 10 people in the theater. We went opening night, and this dude walked up the stairs with like a tripod device. First of all, if someone walks in and stands,
Maybe he was vlogging. Will you vlog?
yeah,
Some
he
people
was
use
he was
tripods when
pirating
they
the
vlog.
movie. It was 5 minutes in, so he should get arrested. Anyway,
Oh.
he walked
I
in.
didn't think about that.
He walked in and he was like standing there at the bottom. If you walk in and stand at the bottom before the movie, that's fine because you could be looking for your seat. But I know the map. I proceed immediately. When I walk in, like I haul ass to my seat and I get seated. I want people to know I'm not a threat because I know there's people out there like me who are quiet warriors, and I want them to feel comfortable. That's why when I go to
genuinely thought you were the only person that did this until like TikTok
No,
started showing up on our
viral
For You page
TikToks.
of people being like, does anybody else worry that you're going to get shot in a movie theater?
Yes.
But my thing is that I'm not
It's
trying
terrifying.
I'm not trying to invalidate your anxiety on the matter, but how many times has a movie theater been shot up? How many times?
Well, recently in the one we go to, someone got shot.
I know you told me about that, but were we there? No.
Someone got shot over. Apparently, there was an exchange where this dude was sitting in a seat, and someone walked in and said, like, "You're in my seat," and they got into a heated argument. The dude went out to his car, brought a pistol in, and shot him.
Okay, well then just don't get into heated arguments with people about seats.
The other time though was The Dark Knight Rises. It was like horrifying. Some
Oh
of the
god, are you
stories.
going to be able to watch Batman in theaters?
Very scared.
Oh god.
And it's bad, but like there's this
I
trauma
know you
I have
left
from.
Joker.
I left Joker
Yeah.
the second time. I don't know if I've told that story. Can I tell it?
Go for it.
So I saw Joker with my brother and his friend opening night, and it was at that AMC Phipps theater. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna book my seats in the back of the theater so that like I can see the whole thing. And it turns out at this theater, the doors are in the back of the
Oh,
theater.
God.
And so this dude, about 40 minutes in, gets up to go to the bathroom, but he's standing behind me and he's on his phone standing. And of course, I'm doing this bit the whole time.
I
looking
will
back and forth.
validate you feeling anxious in Joker, because if anybody's gonna shoot up a movie, if they're gonna pick any movie, it would be Joker.
Yeah, it's scary as hell. And then
I personally like identify with the Joker and his character. Like he just reminds me of me so much.
yeah, those people need to be checked out. But so that happened, and I freaked out. And then there's a scene where Joker like shoots some people in a subway,
Yeah.
and like no one did anything. But I got up and went to the bathroom. I was like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. When I came back in to my brother, I was like, do you think we should just leave? The movie kind of sucks. I didn't think it sucked. He was like, no, I think we'll be fine. So I was paranoid the whole time. I made it through the first time. Went back about 2 weeks later with my friends at like a 9:30, 10 showing. And I was doing fine, right? I was fine. And the previews came on, and then this dude walked in and he had like a hoodie on, and I was very paranoid at this time. And I was like, it was just some white dude with like a beard, but I was like, he has his hands in his pocket. He's walking a little too sketchy to me. It is always the white dudes. So. That is very true. Yes. It's these weird looking white dudes. And so he walked up, and I was like eyeing him, and he was behind me, and I was just like, fuck this. I'm not watching this movie again with paranoia or fear.
I remember you calling me.
And so I told my friends, I was like, I'm leaving. I literally said, I'm dipping. And they were like, don't leave, bro. And I was like, all right, I'm out. And I got a refund. And then my old roommate from freshman year picked me up. So very nice of him. But that was that story. That's the only time I've left a movie. Camera cutout number 1 of the evening just happened.
Sorry.
It's not a big deal.
If anybody wants to give me $1,000 so I can buy a better Canon camera that doesn't cut out during recording, because, okay, we have the Canon EOS 60D. So it's a Canon T3i for anybody out there that actually knows what any of that means. I do. I know what that means.
Sick.
All like the 60Ds or whatever, like they stop recording after a certain amount of time because whatever's like the processor, I guess, inside the camera is heating up and it overheats. So you just have to hit the record button again. Mm-hmm. But there's one camera, I'm blanking on the name. It's like the Canon something Mark II something. It's the one that Emma Chamberlain uses. That's all I know. And that's a good one to have. That one apparently doesn't stop recording.
Interesting.
So
muy interesante.
That's the next thing I guess I'm saving up for.
Yeah.
But anyways, back on topic of what we were talking about.
Movie theaters.
The one time I've ever wanted to leave a theater, I think it was an Infinity War or Endgame?
Infinity War round 3 for me, 2 for you.
When I was about to actually die of hypothermia.
In May. Yeah, in May.
We were sitting in the front half
there
of the
theater. There was like 4 people in the theater.
We were in the front half of the theater, which we never sit in. We normally sit in like row D or C, correct?
Yes.
We were sitting in the front half. I shit you not, right above me was like the fan of the theater that would like cool off the entire theater. But because it was right above me, it was shooting down right onto my seat, and I was like curling up like into my shirt. I was like, I'm not gonna make it. We stayed, but I was like, this is the coldest I've ever been.
I offered to leave multiple times to alleviate the situation.
I know, but I didn't want to do that to you.
I had seen it twice already.
I know, but I hadn't.
I don't know how you were that cold, though. That was crazy.
It was really, really cold.
You're wearing them Nike shorts, that's why. So your legs were exposed.
Well, because it was May.
Your legs were exposed.
It was May. What did you expect?
Yeah, that is fair. But as far as like the quality of the movie being so bad, I've never actually walked out for that reason.
I don't think I have either.
Also, since the last time we saw you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Georgia won the national championship.
Oh, I have your hat in my... Is it in my closet? It might be in my closet.
Nice.
Or did I leave it
somewhere? And it's one of the greatest moments of my life. I cried.
Oh, he did. It was sweet.
I cried tears of joy because I've suffered for 22 years, and everyone shat on me.
Shat.
They shatted. They were like, 1980, Georgia can't finish the job. All our rivals talking all this shit my whole life, and finally, Georgia won, and it's the sweetest thing ever. They don't need to win ever again. I would like them to, but like, I'm good.
I was very happy for you. And for my other friends out there that are Georgia fans. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily happy for every Georgia fan because some of y'all are annoying. Just like I know there's some Georgia Tech fans that are annoying.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel bad for Georgia Tech fans now. They have nothing.
Hey.
They have nothing.
No, we still have the fact that you guys are a backup school.
Yeah, that's...
We still have that.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
We still have our grades.
They have this academic argument. That's what they have. That's what I was saying.
It's not really an argument. But okay.
They have the fact that they prioritize engineering and think that makes them better than everybody.
Well,
they don't make bowl games in football.
We don't prioritize engineering. We're a technical school.
Okay.
Like we're not a university.
Yeah.
So it's not us necessarily. It's just like, I guess it is us, but you know what I mean. It's like MIT.
Yep. We
could be GIT, but that sounds weird.
I'm just happy to know that they have to be Alabama fans. That's it. All they can say is Roll Tide, which right now is invalid because we just beat them.
Sometimes they say Roll Bees.
Ooh, nice. Yeah.
Even though we're Yellow Jackets, which makes no sense.
I guess they have to cheer for someone who makes bowls every year. But
I don't know. Hey. Unnecessary vibes.
Anyway, oh my God.
What?
This is going to be like a big catch-up thing for everyone out there because we don't really have an itinerary. We just wanted to talk.
Yeah.
Looking over there, what do you see on the shelf?
Daredevil. Wait, what?
Have either of us watched Daredevil since the last time we recorded this podcast? No.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah. So
I need to rectify something. Or
what are you rectifying? Go. What?
I have on this podcast. I think I said like, someone can go find the tape. I don't know.
Oh God,
Lewis, if you're watching, you're good at that.
I think I remember.
I was like shitting on Daredevil and all.
You're like, I will never watch it. I don't give a fuck about Daredevil. Fuck the Netflix shows. They're not canon. They're stupid. They're bullshit. I hate them. That's essentially what you said.
I went the fuck off on them, and I need to apologize because they are high quality shows.
I've never said anything bad about them. I just have never had the urge, like the push or the desire to get into them. Like I know that they have existed.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to tell my story about why I started watching Daredevil, like what made me actually watch it. I know I say this every episode, but I know that certain members of Clint Stinks listen to the podcast and some don't, and I'm going to talk about one of the members that doesn't, hopefully. He knows the story though, so it doesn't matter. If you guys know, I have a friend named Colin, and he's a very big Daredevil fan, and he's been trying to get us in the group chat to watch Daredevil for like a really, really long time, and we're all just kind of like, okay, yeah, maybe one day. And it was around the time of Hawkeye. I believe it was the first episode that Kingpin appeared, where we only saw his hand. It was that episode, and Colin was like, oh my God, I freaked out, like I flipped my shit when that happened, and the rest of us were like, yeah, it was cool, it was fine, we didn't really freak out that much.
Sorry, my alarm went off. I have to post a TikTok.
Extremely unprofessional, actually.
I know, it really is.
But we were like, I mean, yeah, it was a fine entrance. It was fine. We didn't necessarily freak out though. And then Colin was like, yeah, well, I mean, you guys can't really say anything about it though, because you haven't watched Daredevil. And the minute he said that, I was like, oh, all right, fine. So I watched Daredevil. I watched so it's 3 seasons, 13 episodes each season. I watched what is that?
39.
Thank you so much. 39 episodes over the course of like 4 days, maybe 4.5. I finished it really fucking fast because I was like, I have to watch this before next week's episode of Hawkeye just so I can say something about Kingpin. And Colin would be like, but you guys haven't even watched Daredevil yet. I'm gonna be like, actually, I have watched Daredevil. Thank you very much. So that was like my plan. And then Emma decided to watch it with me so we could both be like, ha, tricked you, Colin. I watched it anyways. But also, if you know me, you know I can't keep a secret. And so I told a couple of people that I could trust that I was watching it in secret. And I was like, don't tell Colin though, because I'm going to trick him next time he brings up Daredevil. And then someone told him, which was really irritating. Whatever. But so I watched it over the course of like 4 days. And then since then, that's in like probably at the very beginning of December.
Yep. Because you were watching it when Georgia played Alabama in the SEC championship and we lost the first round.
Well, I was watching it after the third episode of Hawkeye? Fourth episode of Hawkeye? Fourth episode, because it was the 3rd week of Hawkeye.
Yep. And
I've watched it, I do believe, 5 times since. I've been trying to stop watching it as much as I do, because I don't want to get sick of it, but I haven't yet. And so I then made so many of my friends watch it. Obviously, I made Emma watch it. I'm getting Sam to watch it. I got my friend Jenna to watch it. You and Jenna both love Frank Castle.
We'll talk about him in a second.
You're Frank Castle whores.
Yes.
I'm sure I've gotten a couple of my followers to watch it. I got Ember to watch it. Love her. I don't know if Ember watches these podcasts.
She made merch. I saw just now the Punisher one. I need that.
Yeah,
Ember.
she makes.
Need it. I'm gonna order it.
I made her watch it and now she's making Daredevil merch. So it's hard work being one of. I'm trying to come up with a joke, but I can't. My brain just blinked because I zoned out on.
You're good. I have a few things to say.
Wait, I have one more thing to say.
Okay.
I also made Chris watch it, and he was a pain in the ass to get to watch the show at the beginning. Like, it took him a long time until someone tickled his fancy in season 2. Now you have the floor.
That is true. Our man Frank Castle, the Punisher, which, by the way, I love Daredevil so much, and at least him in season 2 that I'm watching the Punisher show right now. I am 6 episodes through season 1. I should be watching it faster, but it's hard when she's not watching it with me to push me onward to keep watching it.
I guess.
Anyway, though, Daredevil, fantastic show. It's better than all the MCU Disney Plus shows by far. It took me a while to get into it because I was really stressing about getting movie reviews out and the Georgia season and all these things. But I finally sat down and enjoyed it quite a bit. And it's premiere television, so I apologize to all you Daredevil enthusiasts out there, but I don't apologize at the same time to those out there who are Daredevil fans that are assholes and obnoxious about it. I'm calling you out if you're listening to this and you're a Daredevil longtime fan who's just an ass because other people started to watch the show later. Here's my rant I wanted to go on. Imagine if when we started dating, I said, you said you wanted to watch, the Marvel movies with me, right?
Yeah.
In 2017.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll only show you, we'll go see this new one in theaters, but I'm not going to show you the other ones because you didn't watch them when they came out in theaters. So you can't be a fan of them.
Yeah.
That's the attitude that a ton of people are having about Daredevil. And it's called gatekeeping. Fun fact.
I mean, I do. I can understand to a certain level the gatekeeping that people like. You feel like I know you don't probably feel this because you don't necessarily understand gatekeeping, but I like for Gwen, I feel like an innate.
I understand that, but I don't get why.
Feeling. Because I can tell, you
like,
can tell the difference between people that are into it because they're like they watched it and they're actually into it, and the people that are doing it because it's trending.
Okay.
You can tell the difference. I can tell if someone's just doing a Gwen audio because Gwen is trending on TikTok. I can tell. People that are just being into Andrew right now because it's trending after No Way Home. They're not going to care about Andrew in a couple months.
That's fair.
Like, I can tell. But I can also tell when people are, like, genuinely getting into it and, like, genuinely
And I just think it gets clouded all together. It gets mixed up because, like, I'm not ever... I would hope I can talk about Daredevil with people who watched it a long time ago. Because it's a great show. I would want to share the love for that show with other people if I was a fan.
I don't condone the aggressive gatekeeping also. Like, I would never, like, gatekeep on... I'll gatekeep in my head. I'll be like... Girl, you shut up. Like, you don't even like Gwen all that much. You don't care about her. I'll say that in my head, sure. Or I'll say it to, like, Emma or Sam.
Yeah.
But, like, I would never, like, comment on someone's video and be like, fuck you. You probably, like, oh, you probably just watched Daredevil, like, after No Way Home. Like, you suck. Like, people commented that on my Helmet TikTok. And I was like, actually, I did watch it. The
funniest comment I got was on a TikTok when I said, hey, I watched Daredevil for the first time. Here's why I really liked it. And then someone was like, this guy didn't even probably didn't even know who the lawyer was in No Way Home. I'm like, yeah, I'm so fucking stupid that this dude with red glasses on, I just don't know who that is.
I remember.
I did start watching it before knowing him. I watched about 7 episodes before.
I remember, because we haven't been able to talk about No Way Home because we didn't do a podcast around the time.
This is going to be a long one because I have a lot to say still.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with it.
I've missed it.
I have to. Again, the audio is better. There will be, I'm guaranteeing this, a weekly episode for the rest of the year. And hold us accountable. DM us if we don't.
Honestly. I remember watching No Way Home, and I have a video of it because I videoed in the theater. Don't tell anybody. But like,
Bastard.
when Matt shows up, you guys know the entrance. You've all seen the movie. It's just his hand with his cane, and then the camera pans to his face. And that's like the first thing in the theater that would elicit a response, right? So I didn't know what kind of a theater we were in, because for Endgame, we didn't have like a big screaming theater. And so I didn't know if No Way Home would be like that or not. So when the cane in his hand came into screen, I just assumed it was going to be Charlie Cox. So I was like, I gasped. I went, but everyone else in the theater was still quiet because I guess they were waiting to see if it was actually Charlie Cox or not. Yeah. And then it panned over to his face, and then everyone clapped and cheered, and I was like, "Oh, okay, so we are in a good theater." But I thought I was like, I gasped, and I was like, "Oh my god, are we?" No one else did anything, and I was like, "Are we in a quiet theater? That's gonna be really embarrassing." But then everyone cheered, and it was just funny.
It was a really good moment.
Entrance, great entrance.
Kind of like how he's a really good lawyer.
My god, I'm sick of that joke. I'm so sick of that joke. Actually, beyond sick of it. Okay. No, I'm sorry. No offense to you.
No, it's okay.
It's just like
we're on different sides of TikTok.
Are you not on the side where that is overused and abused like crazy?
Well, you're like heavy into like the actual Marvel side, which is funny because I post about all of it. But my For You page is I rarely like Marvel related videos on TikTok because I just don't, because I know how the algorithm works. Like my For You page is funny things that I would like send my friends or you or cats.
Oh yeah, my For You page is like, cats.
I'll get the occasional Soups video.
My For You page is like anything and everything. It's Marvel, Star Wars, Harry Potter, like fandom stuff, cats,
actually
dancing videos.
A surprising amount of musical theater on mine.
Oh no, I'm not surprised. You're a musical theater. You're
okay. What annoys me
boy.
is two things right now. This is how niche mine is. If someone else is like this, let me know in the comment section on the video version. It's a video of that Superbia song from Tick Tick Boom, where it's like, why was this not on the soundtrack? This needs to be made. And then it's videos of Lin-Manuel Miranda playing Jonathan Larson from Tick Tick Boom. Or I saw one of him in Les Mis.
Oh yeah.
You didn't like it, did you?
Is it where he's backstage?
It's I don't know what it is. He's wearing that beanie though.
Yeah, he's backstage and he's like, "You at the barricades? Listen to this." I'm pretty sure something like that. I don't know what he's doing, but he's interesting. I like Lynn though.
I do too. But we're in similar TikTok.
Yeah,
things.
sometimes you'll send me things and I'm like, this was already on my For You page.
Yeah.
But no, on the topic of like Daredevil and Punisher and stuff. Obviously you guys probably can tell this because you follow me, I would assume. The Daredevil obsession is bad.
It is growing, which I think is fair, but I see what you mean when it is annoying.
Oh no, I'm talking about with myself.
Oh,
my personal obsession with Matthew Murdock is ridiculous. It's getting worse as the days go on.
I mean, I'm starting to become obsessed with Frank more and more, and I always have liked John Bernthal, and he's in King Richard, which he's great in. We're gonna meet The Walking
Bestie
Dead.
John. We're gonna meet Bestie John.
We're gonna talk about that in a second. Yeah, I'm working my way through Punisher, and I like to make hot takes on this. Mm-hmm. Punisher is a better character than Daredevil.
You're stupid. No, I'm so sorry. No. You're so dumb.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No.
Sorry, I love you, but no.
They both have similar traumas. I just like Frank more because he's more
Matt's
of that.
family didn't die brutally. I don't think their traumas are. I mean, yeah, but like that was just his dad.
Let me rephrase this. His dad died at a young age when he was young, of course, and he had a horrible accident that blinded him. So those are both unique. But you're right, Frank didn't.
And then Frank's wife and kids
Frank
were
didn't
murdered.
have to go out. Frank was he was a damn Marine overseas. He had to do some shitty things.
Yeah.
And had to see some really shitty things too. So he definitely has way more trauma. You are correct. I'm sorry, but I just think he's a more interesting character. I like him more.
Yeah, Frank has like heavy trauma. Matt has like Catholic guilt.
Yeah, I guess so. But I like them both a lot. I prefer. How about this? I prefer Punisher.
Really?
Right now, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
He stole the moment in season 2.
Punisher, I think, is how I wish we could have Bucky.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. What do you mean? How is that interesting?
So you just wish we could get R-rated scenes of Bucky, right?
Yeah. What do you mean by R-rated?
Like slaughtering people.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to necessarily be that as bad as what Punisher does, but like, you know me, I would pay good money for a Bucky Barnes show, specifically one about his time as the Winter Soldier, specifically one of his time as the Winter Soldier with the ratings and like the gore and stuff of Daredevil and Punisher.
Okay, I'm kind of doubling back. Maybe Daredevil is better, but I like Punisher more as a character.
It's hard.
As a show, though, Punisher season 1 I'm not done with, so I can't fully make a statement, but I'm enjoying it more than seasons 1 and 2 of Daredevil right now.
I think you need to give Daredevil a rewatch just because it took you so long to get into Daredevil, and like it took you like weeks in between episodes when you started watching season 1. Like you would watch
season 1
one
took
episode,
a long time to get through.
You'd watch one episode and then you'd give yourself like a week off, and then you'd watch the next episode, and then you can't. Season 1 of Daredevil is like one of my favorites because it's like a comfort season. I mean that in like a very kind way, but like I think you should maybe give it a rewatch if you find yourself having time, or because you've watched it once, so you can put it on in the background. Yeah. But I think you should give it like a rewatch because I don't think you're going into Punisher already being fully bought on the character, and you're ready to go.
Yes.
You weren't like that with Matt at all. You weren't like that with Daredevil.
Correct.
So I think you need to go give it a
valid
chance and watch it like you're watching Punisher.
That is fair, my friend. That was the weirdest thing I've ever said.
Yeah, a little bit. Should we talk about
March?
Oh, March. I was gonna say let's talk about the other cameos in No Way Home. No, fuck that.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
Andrew showed up and I cried.
Are they in the movie? I couldn't tell.
In the video recording of the audience reaction to Andrew in our theater, you can literally hear me start to sob after a little bit. It's kind of embarrassing, but I digress.
All right, let's talk about this real quick though.
March.
It's kind of like bullshit that we all knew they were going to be in it before. Andrew described it perfectly. He said like there's the sense of when you know something's probably going to happen, but then when you get in the movie and like the movie starts, it's still like you don't know for sure, even though you know for sure before, like because of the leaks and speculation. We kind of knew Toby and Andrew were going to be in it, but seeing it is different than knowing it.
Yeah.
So it was still hype as hell, even though we pretty much knew they were going to be in it.
Yeah. Especially once like Matt Murdock was on screen, I was like, okay, the rest of it's real. The rest of it's real, which I was fine with, because it's honestly like the feeling that Andrew's entrance gave me is nothing compared to what I thought it would give me.
Yeah.
Woo! Okay. But on a different topic, March. March is a month, isn't it?
See.
What?
Marisol.
Anyways. So, long story short, guys, there's a con happening in Atlanta in March. And somebody is going to that con. And his name is Sebastian Stan. So I was like, I have to. I have to. I'd be stupid not to. So I convinced Chris to go with me. Thank you, Chris. You're a very nice boyfriend. And I will be getting to meet Sebastian Stan. So far, I have a photo pass with him. I want to get the autograph pass because apparently you get to talk to them more when they're autographing something. It's just like $200. It's $200 for a picture. Is a separate $200 for an autograph, and it's $60 to get into the con. So I've already spent $260. Yeah. And I'm like, can I justify spending
$460?
Honestly, yes, because you helped me justify it. If anybody's been following us for a very, very, very long time, I'm talking since like 2020. You'll remember we went to Universal in 2020?
October. We went twice in 2020, June and October.
And it was in June or October where I found the...
You threatened to do it in...
June, I think.
June.
In June...
Because it was still there in October.
Yes.
No, it wasn't there in October.
Yes. In June of 2020, we went to Universal, and there's like a Marvel section in Universal, and there is this one store where there's like comics and blah, 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 all this stuff, and there's also like signed things from actors. And there was this picture of the Winter Soldier signed by Sebastian Stan, and it was $500. And at that time, I was popping off with my Teespring money.
And the damn
if you remember
vinyls.
That. Yeah, I was popping off with my money, so I was about to spend $500 on this autographed thing from Sebastian Stan, and I remember posting about it and people being like, "Buy it, buy it." I talked myself out of it because I was like, I can't justify spending $500. I genuinely can't. Especially when it's like I haven't even met him. I remember at the time being like, I would rather spend $500 meeting him to get an autograph than just spending $500 on an autograph. And so here we are, 2 years later, about to spend $500 on meeting him.
You're saving $40 and you're getting to see him sign it physically. You're going to talk to him and you're getting a picture with him. You're getting a bang for your buck. And you get to go to a con and see other people. Even if you don't meet them, you can see them.
Yes.
From distance.
That's another thing. Another person at this convention is going to be our man, John Bernthal, right? And it's funny because like you would think that he would be like a pretty high in money to get an autograph from him, but it's only $60, and like you can't even buy it on the website. You can only buy it at the site of the con, like at the con. You can buy it. I'm
gonna get a Funko Pop signed by him.
I want to get. There's like only 2 Punisher Funko Pops. There's like the regular one. And there's one that's like a chase from Daredevil where he's holding Daredevil's helmet. And I really want to find that and get him to sign it because that would just be dope. Because I don't care enough necessarily about Punisher to get a whole pop for him. But I do care about Daredevil. So if it's connected to Daredevil.
I'm a Punisher stan.
I like him. He's fine.
I love him.
I like him. The more I watch season 2, the more I like him. Yeah. I didn't care about him that much.
He's a lot better in his show. Like, seeing him actually get to be a human being because he's kind of treated like an animal in season 2.
Not really. Karen doesn't treat him like an animal.
I know that. That's their relationship's good in Punisher, but I meant like in the eyes of the media. They don't really know the truth, and you get to see the actual real side of him in the show. Just
like somebody else we know.
Yeah.
A little bit.
We're looking at the Shrine of Bucky, by the way.
Yeah.
There's we won't get into that. Punisher wasn't brainwashed. Anyway.
He so arguably makes it a little bit worse, but that's okay. Arguably it's a little bit worse. And it's funny because like when I defend that Bucky being, I mean, we haven't had this conversation in a while, so you might have different opinions now. But when we argue about how Bucky doing the things he did, like he was brainwashed to do it, you like almost like don't believe my argument. Yeah, your opinions might be changed on this topic.
Here's the big difference.
Well, I have to finish the sentence because the camera cut out. your opinions might be different on this now, but when I argue that like Bucky only had to do what he did because he was brainwashed, you like almost don't believe my argument, but you're just like fine with Frank Castle just murdering people.
Well,
if you want.
here's the thing, love. The difference is,
What's the difference?
excuse me, I had to belch.
Don't call it that.
I had to burp.
Thank you.
There's literally no difference.
Belch is a gross word.
I digress. Basically, Cam.
Uh-huh.
Winter Soldier is an assassin who's taking out people like the parents of Tony Stark.
Oh, cry me a fucking river. You think he wanted to do that? No.
He didn't want to do it, but here's the thing. I can imagine in a world where, say, you know, we have a family and someone comes in and slaughters you and my children in front of my eyes. I think I'm going to be pretty upset, and I'm going to want to hunt down and kill those people. And I think I'm just in wanting to do that. And that's his thing. Now, granted, he is pretty brutal in his show, but in my eyes, he's always justified in most of his kills. Most.
Is every person he's killing ever involved with his family's murder?
Majority.
I mean, he does only. I will say he does really only kill bad people. Like, he doesn't kill any innocents. But like,
there is that scene in Daredevil season 2 where like he takes out his like the head of his Clancy Brown, the actor from the guy that I said's Mr. Crab.
Oh,
he
sure.
shoots him in the shed when Karen's out there. Remember?
Right.
Karen's trying to save him and have like a just trial.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's interesting. But
well, he was a bad guy. He was like kidnapping Karen.
Yeah,
so.
that's my thing too. It's like he's not taking out like good people. What's wrong?
Your phone won't stop vibrating, and it's pissing me off.
I get 2 texts, and the damn
your
thing's a time bomb.
No, your phone's been vibrating this whole time. But listen. Bucky may have killed innocent people, but it was not him. It wasn't. And you know it.
I do.
The way I'm pointing my finger is very funny right now. Look at it. It's because I have this tucked in.
Yeah. Oh my God! You know who else is coming to the con?
Who?
The guy that plays Gary Bertier in Remember the Titans.
Oh.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies of all time, and he's I would love to meet him for free, but I don't know if I'll pay to meet him. But you know,
I mean, it's possible you could see him really just walking around the con.
Yeah, that would be cool.
It's possible, especially because he's not like necessarily the most famous person there.
Yeah.
Sebastian Stan is easily I would say that, but Sebastian's like photo passes and autograph passes are not sold out.
The most famous is Norman Reedus because we're in Georgia.
Yeah,
because he's the guy that plays Daryl from The Walking Dead.
It's funny. I've actually been to this con before, and I didn't even realize it until I was looking at who else wasn't going to be there and everything. I went to this con once many, many, many years ago because my dad is friends with the dad of like this kid that's in The Walking Dead. His name is Chandler Riggs. He plays Carl. And like my dad and his dad grew up together, so they're like really good friends. So he like got us into the con for free, so like they could see each other and stuff. And that was the first time I had met Chandler. I'd heard about him like through stories like of my dad and heard about his dad and stuff. But that was the first time I met him. It was like really awkward and kind of weird because to put it into memory for you, I think it was like 2014-ish, around that area. I still had braces. I was in an awkward phase. And it was just the two of us because my dad and his dad were talking, and we were just like, there's this one story that my dad always tells about his dad where they burned down a barn together, and I guess Chandler's dad tells him the same story all the time. And so we were just kind of like standing there and being like, so you heard about the barn story? And then he's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, weird. And then he's like,
you don't want to talk to me about the show?
Well, I told him I was like, yeah, I watched the show. I do remember, did you ever get into The Walking Dead?
7th grade, I watched 3 episodes and it fucked with me, so I just turned it off.
Oh my God. I remember my parents, because like the Walking Dead came on around the time that I was supposed to be going to bed. Mm-hmm. And you know the layout of my house. My parents would be down in the living room watching it, and I could hear it from my room. I remember like sneaking down the front stairs and like peeking over the stairwell and like watching the entire show. But like if either of them got up, I would like sprint back up to my room like really quickly so they wouldn't know that I was awake. And I still don't think they even know that I did that.
I couldn't do stuff like that in my house because of the ears on my dad, at least.
No, I mean, and I also don't think my parents would ever expect me to do that because why would they? Yeah. But I remember like sneaking down just so I could watch it. So like the next day at school, I would be like, yeah, I stayed up to watch The Walking Dead. Yeah.
Sick.
I watched it.
Hell yeah, dude.
But yeah, fun little story there. So I've technically been to this con before. And if it's the same as it was, 7-8 years ago, mm-hmm. it's very small. It's like not as big as Comic-Con as you think it would be. Like it's Just like
It's just that one room. I mean,
it's like one room.
that's where they had the SEC fanfare before games. Like I went over there. It's like just a
really?
big room. Yeah, and I can imagine what it would look like.
That reminds me, we need to figure out when the trophy for the Natty goes to or I guess they might just keep a replica in there and change the palette, the plaque out every year. So we need to go.
We should definitely
for Georgia.
Go. Yep, I concur.
Oh, sorry. Go
ahead.
No, you go first.
I was going to talk about a comment I got on a video.
Okay, go for it.
Some bum commented on my Ozark review because I did get to watch it early because I don't know if I've even mentioned this ever, but I'm part of the Georgia Film Critics Association technically.
Look at him go.
So
yeah.
I have an in with this thing called Allied Press, and they present, that's how I get to see movies early, and I do get opportunities for TV shows. So I do have that. That is a legitimate thing. Someone commented, how are some of you getting the season early? And someone responded saying, he didn't, period. He read articles and speculated. Channels like this are cancer. Like, bro, why didn't you just wait for it to drop and put some effort into this instead of making broad, bland statements? Shit like this is why we need the dislike button again. Weak. And someone responded saying, pisses me off too. These people are so desperate for views and subscribers. It's just funny because to me, I will never give those people the time of day to respond to them. Mm-hmm. First of all, it's not worth engaging with people who are probably just dumb or stupid, or it really comes from a place of jealousy. I'm not even trying to like brag or sound cocky here, but like they're probably just jealous that I got to watch it first. I don't think there were spoiler articles or anything out there.
I doubt
I'm not gonna make a video about something I haven't seen. That's a waste of my time and everyone else's time. Also, broad, I'm not gonna spoil it.
Yeah. I don't know. People just don't understand how things work, I think.
No, yeah. And like I never want to be someone who responds to things. I know you and I are different in that. But
it's not necessarily
I'd address it here to you guys because
it's not that I want to respond. It's that the fact that somebody not liking me very much eats away at me on the inside, and so I feel like I need to rectify it and make it right. And
yeah, I just like that doesn't bother me. It's just funny that someone was so certain. He didn't. He read articles. Like I dropped it right when the review embargo lifted, so I just made all this up about the show that I haven't seen 7 episodes of it.
We're also different in that because you don't necessarily have trauma of people not liking you. I have,
I guess,
many traumas of people not liking me. Even still to this day,
I was bullied by my older friends.
You were.
Growing up.
I doubt that
physically though.
I was gonna say I don't think that was like real bullying. I think that was just like your older brother's friends picking on you. That's different,
I guess,
than like mean girls at school like actually being mean to you and like calling you ugly and fat.
Christ.
But like even the other day I got like there's this group of girls on TikTok that haven't liked me since like 2020 because like it was around the time that like Clinstinks was forming and they like wanted to be like best friends with us, and we just kind of we were nice to them, but we were never like, yes, let's be best friends. And they're British, they don't like me, specifically me, because I guess I'm sort of the head of Clinstinks just because I'm the oldest, so it comes across that way. Mm-hmm. And like every couple months they come out of like a little hole in the ground to like try to find something problematic with something I've done. So like they tried to did I tell you about any of this yesterday?
No.
Yesterday they tried to accuse me of like stealing some girl's Instagram post because we made very similar Daredevil posts. Like the first picture was a picture with glasses, the second picture was the black mask outfit, and then the caption was, I'd rather die as the devil than live as Matt Murdock, which is a very common, very bland, basic quote. Like it's one of the most quotable quotes in the entire show, I would say.
Yeah.
And
that's basically like someone making a post about Star Wars and saying, may the force be with you.
That was both of our captions. But the thing is that the girl that they were claiming I stole from, like I don't follow her on anything. I know of her because I think maybe Sam is mutuals with her or something, but like I don't follow her on TikTok or on Instagram, so I didn't see her Instagram post, so how would I know to follow it? And also the posts were completely different. She did this really cool, my picture is just a red wall behind me. The other girl's picture is really cool, and it's like her, and it's like her shadow has horns in it. So it's like her shadow is Daredevil, but like she doesn't have horns on the picture. So it was really cool edit. But like I obviously didn't do that. And so I'm like, these are completely different pictures. This girl did not invent Daredevil. She didn't invent this quote. Like she's not one of Daredevil's creators. I'm sorry that you think the pictures are very similar, but like there's not much you can do with Daredevil, right? And so they were like all up in my comments being like, oh, we love stealing from smaller creators. Like, and I was like, can this even count as one of your favorite pictures if it's stolen from somebody? And they were just like doing all these things. And one of them made a comment about like, oh, but her picture is different from this other girl's because Cam's nose is red and hers, like making fun of the fact that I put blush on my nose. Fuck it. I love when I put blush on my nose, so that didn't bother me.
So they're children?
But they're like adults, you know what I mean? They're like 17, 18.
Children.
Like, either way, I digress. And the last time they did this, it had been a while since I'd seen them. Last time they did this, it was around the time that I was still doing POVs, right? I did this one Bucky POV where it was basically, I was literally just recreating the story of Bucky becoming the Winter Soldier.
Is this the whole kidnap bullshit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
Basically, the POV was like, you're getting kidnapped by Hydra and you're becoming the next Winter Soldier. But obviously, I made Bucky, the Winter Soldier, kidnap me because it was a POV. Because I just feel like that's some shit he would do. And it was just like basically a retelling of his story, but on my fake character in the POV. And these girls were like, "Oh, not you romanticizing kidnapping. This is sick. You're disgusting. Like, you should be canceled for this. Like, you're so wrong for trying to romanticize like kidnapping." And I'm like, what part of this is romantic?
They just have nothing better to do with their miserable lives.
And I this is an example of me when I always have to like feel like I have to rectify things. Like, I literally like talked to them. I think I might have talked to one of them on Instagram or something, and I was like, nowhere in this video, like, I get where you're coming from because I know I do a lot of romantic stuff with Bucky on my page because he is like one of my favorite characters and I think he's cute. So yeah, some of my POVs are romantic. But this one it's not like a continuation of anything. Like, it's completely separate from other things that I've done. I don't get on Bucky's lap and straddle him and make out with him when he kidnaps me. Like, nothing in this is romantic. So you assuming that I'm romanticizing like kidnapping is false. If you have an issue with the storyline in this POV, like, take it up with Marvel because I didn't come up with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just like a time and I was like, why? Like,
what are they trying to do? I said this earlier under my breath, but like, I think they have miserable lives. Well, and they're trying to find something fun to do because they envy you. That's what people would.
I don't even understand. I will never understand the desire, the need to like cancel somebody for something so minuscule like that. Like, okay, do you know if I say the name Sienna May, does that mean anything to you? I've
heard the name. I think you've talked about it. I don't
know. Sienna May, sure, go ahead, cancel her because apparently she sexually assaulted
oh wow,
this
that's
guy
terrible.
named Jack Wright. Yeah, she's horrible. The reason I bring that up is because he just came out with a video like 2 days ago talking about it, because their whole ordeal was like 7 months ago, and he just came out to talk about it the other day. Canceling someone for something like that, sure, go for it. But like being like, you should be canceled, your POV is trying to romanticize kidnapping, and I'm like, no, it's not. It's just weird, and it's weird to me that these girls specifically only do this to me. Like, they don't
clearly want to be like you.
They don't pick on anybody else from Quinn Stinks. But I hate that mindset though, because that makes me sound like a brat. It's like, oh, bitches want to be like me.
Like, what else would they be? Why else would they be doing it?
I don't know.
They're jealous of something.
People just
That's
don't
where
like
hate
me.
comes from for the most part.
They
have some unfulfilled aspect of their life, and so they go out and try and take it out on other people.
I guess
because they have no life.
I guess I can't. So. I just can't see something like that because I don't understand why someone would want to be like me.
I don't know. I think you're pretty cool, Kat. All right.
I have a constant fear, like a 24/7 constant fear that I'm just annoying.
Jesus.
All the time. You know that.
I know you do. It's bad.
Well, am I?
No, I don't think you're annoying.
Good answer.
It annoys me when you ask that, though.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm just kidding.
Fuck 7 hells.
I don't know what else to talk about. We might be close to the end.
No, I'm enjoying talking.
Okay. I'll have to readjust then. My knee is tensed up. My
Please
back hurts.
readjust. I beg, actually.
I don't know if you haven't, but like, what do you want to talk about? No.
I mean, we I know you don't want to talk about No Way Home. Oh, no. Let's not. Let's talk about, we haven't even said anything about like Batman's coming out or Moon Knight trailer. We got a Moon Knight trailer. That was pretty dope.
Yeah, we did.
That was a very exciting time. I really like it. I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be very different. It's British, so it's already got a leg up on other shows, right?
Yeah, I think it's going to be the best one, but I say that about every single one of them. I made a video today talking about how everyone, including myself, like hops off the shows when they're done. Like everyone shit on Hawkeye when it ended.
I stay loyal.
I like Hawkeye still, but like
I'm loyal to my
Loki. I never really loved. I never liked WandaVision really until it kind of started to suck.
I think we're some of the few people that don't hop off shows. Actually, I will never hop off Falcon and Soldier.
It's all right to me. Like I admittedly was like being extra nice to it because of you.
No, that's fine. I don't care if you like it or not. I'm saying like when Falcon and Soldier was coming out, I was like, this is the best Marvel show for me, and I will still stand by that.
You still think it is?
I mean, it's depending on what I'm looking for, depending on what I want to watch. I can see myself rewatching Falcon Winter Soldier before Hawkeye. Hawkeye may be better technically, but something about the fact that the Falcon and Winter Soldier didn't leave off on a cliffhanger at the very last episode. Like, the Falcon and Winter Soldier is the only show we have that was like actually wrapped up. They're down in Louisiana. They're having a barbecue. Bucky's fine. Everyone's hanging out. And they're chilling, and it's fine, and everyone's together, and there's nothing. And then we see like John Walker building a shield or something. I don't know, but like
that was we see
like we have like
Karen,
Valentina.
What's that girl's name?
Sharon.
She's on the phone.
Yeah, I'm sure. But the thing is that we know Sharon probably will have to do with Armor Wars. Yeah. Valentina and John Walker. I almost call him John Carter. I don't know who that is.
That's a movie.
Thank you.
With Taylor Kitsch from 2013.
Weird. Valentina and John Walker, like, we know they're doing things with Yelena and whatever Valentina is going to do, whatever. I'm talking about with the main characters of the show. And on a happy note.
I think Hawkeye did too.
Well, the thing about Hawkeye is that, like, it did, you're right.
WandaVision ended on a cliffhanger. Loki ended on a cliffhanger. We don't talk about What If. And the
thing about Hawkeye is
I felt clarity.
Echo and Kingpin, I would say.
That was one thing, one loose end, but we're getting an Echo show, so that's where it'll be addressed.
And then I'd say I have more, what's the word you like to use? Qualms.
Yeah.
With, I think, the Hawkeye finale, the more I think about it, with, like, the whole, how Kate Bishop didn't break her fucking back fighting Kingpin. Yeah. Like, come on.
Well, I mean, that's something I don't get bothered by, because any single Marvel movie you could be like, how did they survive that?
Well, no, I know, but it's just like a thing, you know.
Like Thanos would have murdered every single one of the Avengers.
I know,
when he had all the stones.
But yes, Hawkeye did end on a happy note. Christmas, good, but
Well, I thought you said Chris, and I was like, what?
Christmas.
Christmas.
I don't know. I still feel like Falcon and Soldier had just a little bit more closure than others, and that's just me personally. Like, a lot of people enjoy cliffhangers. Like, good for you, that's totally fine. For me, the show is what I wanted with the shows. With that was that they were going to be like singular, one-off, like things that can exist on their own, and you're just going to get to know the characters way better. And that's what I got out of Hawkeye and the Falcon and Winter Soldier, and that's not what I got out of WandaVision and Loki. Like, WandaVision and Loki were like, they're going places, which is fine, you know, that's totally cool, but that's not exactly what I expected from the shows, and not what I personally desire. Like, I would love a show just learning about Loki.
Yeah, I think the Peacemaker is better than all of them. So
I haven't started Peacemaker. Should I? Would I like it?
I don't know. It's literally
isn't John Cena naked at one point?
We don't. He's like nude, but we don't see anything. Maybe his butt. I think that Peacemaker is literally so good, and I'm not just saying. I see that, you know, there's people on TikTok. This one video, this dude's like, you know, all these people saying Peacemaker is like better. It's just the MCU shows in a different font. You know, they're not saying the F word, and there's not violence in the MCU. But I'm like, the thing about Peacemaker is that if you watch the Suicide Squad movie and you look at all the characters, this was from James Gunn's mouth. Interview with our friend Matt
Ramos.
Matt Ramos. Soups. He literally says, like, if you look at the Suicide Squad characters, all those characters go through a ton of change in the movie, and then there's Peacemaker, who is kind of not. He literally dies, and then at the end he's in the hospital. So this show's exploring him changing as a character, him kind of looking at life through a different lens, because he always felt brainwashed, where he was like, I want peace no matter how many men, women, and children I have to kill to get it.
Peacemaker.
He doesn't question the morality of it. In this show, he really is. He's starting to turn into more of a human. And we see the trauma in his past with his dad. Terrible situation there. His brother relationship, we see that explored in the flashback. And like there's one scene of him dancing, and he's like smoking weed and drinking. I've seen
the scene of him dancing on TikTok.
Well, there's two. This one's serious.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
He's like smoking and drinking and like mourning something.
Christ.
And he's like crying, and it's John Cena.
He's going through it.
Damn good acting.
Really?
Yes, damn good
I just
acting.
don't think I can take John Cena seriously.
I can now.
It's like how I feel when I watch The Rock act.
Yeah, I guess.
No, I just can't.
But here's the thing. This show is like moving, and it has a clear end game set up in the first 3 episodes. There's a great plot. I mean, I love what it's doing with the characters, and I just don't feel that with any of the MCU shows. How about this? We know what the threat is in Peacemaker from the start.
What?
We just know what it is. It's this Project Butterfly, and Waller's presence is looming. And there's a plan?
That is something that the Marvel
like
shows.
the first 3 episodes of WandaVision, no one in their right mind can tell me there is a end game for what the fuck's going on in that show.
That is something like Marvel needs to stop doing is
meandering.
It's just like it's 6 episodes and then all of a sudden in the 5th episode we're actually introduced to the real like overarching villain and it's like, why didn't we just do this in the 2nd episode so we can actually develop the villain? It's like, is Kang showing up cool? Yes. Would it have been way cooler if we had known that it was Kang from the beginning and we're developing Kang? Yeah, probably. Same thing with Agatha. Like the Agatha reveal was like dumb. Everyone knew that it was going to be Agatha. The song, fucking bops. I could listen to It's Been Agatha all along forever. Great song. Cool like reveal, but like I was like, okay, we already know that.
Yeah.
Hawkeye with Kingpin not showing up until the final episode. It's like, what? Why?
You know what's disgraceful is they cut out that deleted scene.
Yes, there's a deleted scene that we saw on Twitter that it sets up more of a relationship between him and Maya, which is like, put that in the show. Put him in the show since the 2nd episode. Develop Kingpin to the point where, because the thing is that when you put him in the final episode, the number one complaint that everybody has with the Hawkeye finale is being like, Kingpin is underdeveloped.
Yep.
And it's weird. Develop him throughout the show and you're good. Who was the villain in Falcon Winter Soldier? I don't think Falcon Winter Soldier didn't have a surprise villain.
Carly Morgenthau.
Falcon Winter Soldier didn't have a surprise villain. It just had 2 villains, which was like a weird sort of.
It had lame villains.
Yeah. I see the Flag Smashers as just something to move
You're
the
in
plot
the
along.
strong minority. Yeah. Oh, I thought you were gonna say they were good. Sorry.
No. I don't think they're good villains. I think that the Flag Smashers are just necessary to move the plot along. The Flag Smashers make John Walker meet up with Bucky and Sam. The Flag Smashers are what bring Bucky and Sam back to. Oh no, John Walker is what bring Bucky and Sam back together. But like, is what sends them on an adventure. Is the Flag Smashers. So they're just a necessary means to an end for the plot. But whatever. That's a whole other story for another time.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at the Disney Plus shows, and I want to get into a little bit of something here because this is related to the Marvel. There's 7 episodes of the Book of Boba Fett, and we've seen 4, and now they are starting to establish what the show is. And I'm sick of the defense from so many people. I'm actually going to go into a rant here.
I forgot to tell you that
another rant. This should be called rant.
Soups told me to tell you that you need to do a watch party for the final episode of Boba Fett.
That he told me as well.
Okay, good.
All right, so here's the deal. I want to make this clear.
Okay.
This is not directly to anyone. I love Star Wars. Love it.
Yes.
But the Star Wars fandom makes me not like Star Wars. The people who love Star Wars 100%. And the people who, honestly, I think I might have said this somewhere, but this is a fact, and it's showing right now. The people who love Star Wars, like, no matter what, are the worst fans in the fucking planet. I like DC fans, any fans more, right?
Yeah.
The people who hate Star Wars are more tolerable than the people who love it because the people who love it so much get so fucking defensive when people don't like something about Star Wars, and they like basically act like you're a moron for not liking something, and it's infuriating. I see so many videos. This one video, we're pulling it up. I'll literally screen record it right now. I sent it to Soups. This video triggered me, and I'm going to go off right now. I'm going to pull it up, and I'm going to put it in my mic so you can hear it. Sorry if this person is listening, but...
Hey, how do you think all the people that are like raging about Book of Boba Fett are going to react when Kenobi comes out, and there's not like crazy lightsaber fights from the first episode? They have to tell a story. Do you think they're going to be okay?
I would watch 6 episodes of Obi-Wan pissing. I would watch him sit by a fire for 6 episodes, and that would be more entertaining than what we've got in the Book of Boba Fett.
Why is that your first go-to thing to think of? Why is that your go-to? Is it because you were sitting by a fire yesterday?
Like, literally, Cam, this is what... I'm going to go on a rant here.
Okay.
And then, just give me the floor, please.
Go for it.
So, Obi-Wan Kenobi, we already seen this character in an ample amount in the prequel trilogy. He's in the original trilogy. He's in the Clone Wars. He's a very fleshed out character. We know who he is, right? So there isn't a need to really characterize him that much in the upcoming thing. We already know where he's at. We know him. In Boba Fett, they're trying to build him up. They're just giving us a bunch of flashbacks about who Boba is, which is cool. We kind of can put the pieces together, and he's just not that interesting of a character. Obi-Wan is already more interesting of a character. Does that make sense?
I've always said that Boba Fett's not interesting.
As fans, going to love this more because it's Ewan McGregor coming back. It's a character we're actually hyped about. Ask the general public, Boba Fett's overrated. He really is. I just don't understand the love for the Boba show. But again, I don't get mad at people for liking the show. I just disagree. It's the people like the one I just basically added. I don't know who they were. I don't care. That are like, actually, you know what? I don't even care. There's people that I know on TikTok who are like, making videos like, what are Star Wars fans why are Star Wars fans so upset when Boba Fett's not pew pew action and it's actually building a character? The Star Wars fandom is just so toxic from like the positive side, and then it gets political even to me. It's like they think they're better than everybody, the people who like it all, and they view the people who don't like it as inferior and literally stupid. So it's just annoying, and that's why like I don't even talk about Boba that much, because I think it's an all right show at best. But so many people are like, it's peak Star Wars. And I'm like...
I hate the word peak. I do.
It is. If you think that's peak Star Wars at Star Wars Theory, all right, cool. Like, awesome. But you're also hypocritical of yourself because you cried like a baby, like most of us did when Luke came back. And you're like, that was based on fan service nostalgia. This is actually, fuck it, Cam. I love watching his relationship with the Tusken Raiders. That is so much better than Luke Skywalker returning. You're right. You're right, Theory.
Can I say something?
Sure.
I know that clip from Star Wars Theory that you're talking about, where he is talking about how, what was it, episode 2 of Book of Boba Fett is his favorite piece of Star Wars content
since Revenge of the Sith.
Since Revenge of the Sith, and he said that he likes it more than Luke returning in Mando, because Luke returning in Mando was only based in nostalgia, and this isn't. And I was like, correct me if I'm wrong, but the idea of the character of Boba Fett getting a show is based in nostalgia. Boba Fett coming back in Mando, when he came back, people were like, oh shit, it's Boba Fett, he's back. And then him getting his own show, people were like, oh my god, Boba's getting his own show. You only care about Boba Fett because of the movies he's in, correct?
Yeah.
Therefore, he is a nostalgic character, correct?
Yeah.
Therefore, it is correct to say that his show is rooted in nostalgia. Seeing him get out of the Sarlacc pit, that is what? Probably nostalgia, correct?
Yep.
That's my 2 cents on it. I haven't seen Boba Fett, though.
And the thing is, like, I'm sure Mando's going to come in and actually save the show. And I've seen people bitching about that on TikTok. They're like, they went on this whole spiel about how, like, oh, but don't worry, Mando's going to come in next week and then everyone will like it. Like, you're damn right we will. Because, like, the thing about The Mandalorian is, like, that was an original new character who got a new show. You're right. In season 2, they did bring back other people. But it really worked, and it made Star Wars fans happy.
Yeah.
And I think, and now people are, like, all on the Boba Fett train. I'm like,
I'd call myself...
At the end of the day, like, you could make... The Moon Knight show is going to blow Boba Fett out of the water, and the majority of people don't even know who Moon Knight is, including me. So
true. When are we getting Moon Knight? March 30th?
Yeah.
March is a month. March 30th, Moon Knight. March 4th, Batman. And also, the best piece of content that we're going to be getting in March 4th, Fresh.
It's the biopic loosely based on Armie Hammer, right?
I actually genuinely have no idea. But for those of you that don't know, Fresh is this movie that's going to be coming out in March. It's got Sebastian Stan in it and another chick. It's like her debut movie. Her name's like Daisy Johnson or something like that. And it just premiered at Sundance the other day, and the reviews have been really, really, really good, which is shocking for a movie that Sebastian Stan is in. Seb, if you're listening, I love you, but I mean, let's be honest here. Like, I was shocked. Like, last time I checked, the Rotten Tomatoes score for it was 93%, which is 1% lower than Endgame. So it's close to being Sebastian's highest rated like movie. And I'm sure it'll keep dropping, but whatever. Like, hearing good reviews and people being like, this is Sebastian's best performance makes me very excited, because I'm pretty sure he's playing a psychopath, and I love when he plays a psychopath. And speaking of Sebastian Stan again, Pam and Tommy.
February 2nd.
February 2nd is coming out.
Right around the corner. We'll do weekly reviews.
Very, very excited for that.
Stoked.
I like Lily James a lot, so I'm excited.
Yeah. It is the year of Sebastian Stan.
It is.
Pam and Tommy.
Fresh. I'm pretty sure he has something.
He has 2 things
I mean,
coming
355, I guess.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That was this year. So he has that, and then he's got
hope, if God be willing, an announcement at least of a Bucky Barnes show.
What if he's in like Black Panther 2?
He probably is.
He probably is.
I could definitely see him being in it.
Because of the Domerloge.
I feel like there's another project he has coming out that I'm blanking on. Either way, he's gonna have some bangers at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And he's meeting me, so that's another thing that he's doing this year.
I'm going to his IMDb right now because I'm extremely curious, because I know he has some other movie coming out this year, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does. I'm gonna feel stupid when I'm forgetting it.
Sharper, a con artist takes on Manhattan's billionaires, and
yeah. I've seen them filming that. It's like something about playing chess, I'm pretty sure.
And he's also is that the A24 movie? He's in an A24 movie too.
Oh my god, that means we might get a commentary track of it.
Interesting. Yeah, he's in 2 movies with post production, but Pam and Tommy's gonna be his thing. Look at that poster.
I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And
Seth Rogen's in it too.
Seth Rogen's in it. It just is gonna be so good.
2-episode premiere. Ooh. Hype.
Very exciting. Oh my gosh.
Hype.
I love the idea of Sebastian Stan being in something good. That really makes me happy. I've
Yeah.
watched some shitty projects for that man. I really have. Monday, waste of my time.
What about
Sorry.
The Bronze?
Actually, no, The Bronze is a really good movie, and I'll stand by that. It's really fucking funny. Do you want to watch it tonight?
Is that the one that
With the aggressive sex scene? Aggressive actually, arguably,
the picture of me reacting to that is cinema?
the funniest and arguably best directed sex scene I've ever seen in my entire life is in The Bronze. If you haven't watched The Bronze, go for it. It's so
something.
funny.
This is something.
They're like
else.
doing like intense gymnastics, like Olympic level gymnastics while having sex, and it's just ridiculous. It's so funny. We're watching that tonight, I think.
We'll see.
It's fun. It's so funny.
We'll
and
see.
also, Sebastian Stan's good in it because he's an asshole in the movie.
I thought you said he has an asshole in the movie.
Well, I'm sure he does, but he is an asshole. I think
No, yeah,
Sebastian is at his best when he's playing characters that I think are very, very different from him in real life.
Yeah.
Like, put him in a rom-com and I'll love it to death, but like I don't think he'll like it'll just be, meh. Which is essentially kind of what Monday was, even though he was still kind of an asshole in Monday. But make him an avid jerk asshole, or make him a villain. He's so good.
He
Him in
excels
Once
at
Upon a
that, yeah.
Time. Oh, he's so good. He is a very underrated actor, and I'm really hoping that people see him for the amazing actor that he is now.
He's a great actor. So is John Bernthal. And we're going to
I
see them
haven't seen
both
him in anything else.
March 5th, 18th, 19th, something like that, right?
19th sounds right.
March 19th.
I have it in my calendar, but
Yeah.
my phone's all
And
over
might as
there.
well. But I'm done. If you want to keep talking, you can. I don't know what else
I think
to say.
we're good. Are you excited for the Batman?
Over the Moon. I listen to the theme every morning when I wake up. I listened to it in my car today. And honestly, I went astral in my car.
Oh God.
My soul was outside of the vehicle and my body was just driving it. But like
God.
it hits on a different level. That's gonna be a masterpiece. And
I hope I get a box.
what if it's better than No Way Home?
I commented on your TikTok about that today. I think it
I think it'll probably be a
very
better
well.
film.
I think it could be a better. That's what I said. I think it could be a better movie, but I
Yeah.
don't think it will make me feel what No Way Home made me feel. But it could easily be a better movie.
Well
It probably will be a better movie.
Hey, the talk of the town is gonna be, will he be the best Batman? Which
Yes. Are you gonna?
I almost called him Daddy, but
Oh.
Daddy
gonna-
Robert is gonna be pretty good.
Are
And
you gonna watch all the Twilight movies with me before Batman?
I'm gonna watch all the Batman. I'm
They're
gonna
the
rewatch
prequels
If
to
you rewatch
Batman.
the Dark Knight trilogy with me.
Sure.
Yes. Anyway, though,
So I can just be on my phone.
it might be better than the Dark Knight, and some people are insecure about that. They aren't. I mean, we'll have the discussion when it comes out.
Are we
'cause
gonna go
don't
see
know.
the Batman with my
But,
dad?
I'm gonna see it a lot. Yeah, we
We
can see it with
should.
him. Yeah, cool.
No, I will be watching all the Twilight movies leading up to it because Edward will finally reach his peak form, his full form of.
I think the craziest shit they could do. Sorry to cut in. It's just it's very relevant to what you're saying.
Yeah.
Is have Kristen Stewart play someone in
pee.
the trilogy and then bring in Taylor Lautner.
I'd
from the
pee.
trilogy.
I'd pee my pants. Holy shit! I'd actually pee my pants. No, imagine if they made Kristen Stewart Catwoman.
What if they made her? Oh my God,
I got
she could
goosebumps
do.
on my arm.
No.
Look at my shirt.
No. We already have a Catwoman. Make her Poison Ivy. She would do it. She would do damn good as Poison Ivy. She would be a great Poison Ivy.
I
And
would
then
love
make
that.
Taylor Lautner some cop. Just to have her there.
Oh my god, I would love that so much.
Oh, that would be so sick.
Oh my god.
I'm making that a video tomorrow on
Oh my
TikTok.
goodness. But yeah, I
Write
think
it down right now.
We can end the podcast now. I think we still don't have a way to sign off.
We don't, but if you are here for the first time, welcome. And if you've been waiting for months, thank you for sticking
Yeah,
around.
thanks. We made it a YouTube for Just the Unusual.
Yeah,
Couple.
welcome to make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and spread the word about this channel on.
Please
If you
post
post-
on your story. We will repost it.
We will repost it because we got to get the word out about the new
'Cause we
channel.
homies.
Because
hated
we are
that.
trying to grow this new channel.
Yeah.
On the road to 1K, We're trying to get there as fast as possible. So definitely spread the word about the new channel. Leave us a review if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify.
Finish the heart. You have to use your other hand. Oh, that works. Aw.
This can be our thumbnail pic. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this. Make sure to watch Daredevil if you haven't. I'm sorry if I offended
Matt
any
Murdock
Daredevil
is-
fans in episodes past. It's great.
Matt Murdock is sexy, and that's where we should end the podcast.
I can't decide who's the bigger zaddy, Robert or John Bernthal.
The answer is Charlie Cox. Just kidding. He's so precious. He couldn't be a daddy if you want. Well, he is a daddy, actually. He's a father.
the-
So.
Eduardo Saverin might be the best.
No, I'd say
daddy.
Sebastian Stan. You disrespect him continually in this relationship, and it's honestly abuse at this point.
I'll say this. I can't wait for people to come out of the woodwork saying that Fan Four Stick is the best movie ever when remotely a Fantastic Four character shows up in Multiverse of Madness. Fan Four Stick is the movie with Miles Teller and Michael B.
Are you talking about that tweet that I think I retweeted a quote tweet of someone being
really?
when they show up in Multiverse of Madness, and it was like the Fantastic Four, but like the lame version with Michael B. Jordan.
Yes, that's
and the quote tweet was like, the audience will be absolutely silent.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But yeah. Thank you for listening to this podcast. We're back. We are hopefully back for a while. He doesn't do shit anymore. I have school, but like we can work around it.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. He does.
I thought she meant like
he's a very hardworking person.
I thought you meant like I don't edit for the podcast.
Oh no. He does all of the podcast work actually.
Yeah.
So thank you, Chris.
Weekly episodes hold us accountable, please, because we try to do this as much.
Let
DM
us know if we sound better in your ears.
Let us know that. Topic suggestions, message us. Questions. We like to do that kind of stuff as well in here.
Yeah. Feel free to give us money for a new camera so it doesn't keep cutting out every time. Yeah. And that's about it.
Yeah. Next time we see you, we'll have seen another mid-episode of Boba Fett.
Stay unusual, guys. Peace.